Students, please rise. President Cullinan, Provost Gordon, and members of the Board of Trustees, the graduate candidates, baccalaureate candidates, and faculty are assembled. The ceremony may now proceed. I call upon Professor Jacqueline Coombs, President of the Faculty Organization, to come to the podium to open our event.
As President of the Faculty Organization, I bring you greetings from the faculty. It is my pleasure to convene the 125th Commencement of Eastern Washington University. Welcome to this celebration recognizing the accomplishments of this year's graduates. Please remain standing as the colors are presented and for the singing of our national anthem by members of the university's chorale.
Please be seated. Thank you, students, for that energizing start to our event. And thank you, Professor Coombs, for your leadership of the faculty this year. I am Scott Gordon, Provost and Vice President for Academic Affairs. Welcome. Now, I would like to introduce the members of the Platform Party. First, we are honored to have with us members of the EWU Board of Trustees, the Honorable Jim Murphy, Chair, Mr. Uriel Inengas, Vice Chair, Mr. Michael Finley, Mr. Jay Manning, Ms. Ariel McMillan, Mr. Paul Tanaka, and Ms. Vicki Wilson. The 26th President of Eastern Washington University, Dr. Mary Cullinan. Honorary doctoral awardee, Ms. Kathy Pravatsky. Our commencement speaker and honorary doctoral awardee, Major General Ken Pravatsky. And our student speaker, Mrs. Tabitha Armachea. We are also joined on the platform by members of the university's leadership team, deans, faculty leaders, and student body president. We are very pleased to have many of our faculty members join us today. On behalf of the university, I want to thank faculty for their dedication to the mission of the university and expanding opportunities for personal transformation. Would all the faculty please rise and be acknowledged? I want to also thank all of the staff who dedicated many hours over the last several months to ensure the success of this event. Now, let's find out about our students. I'm going to call out a variety of categories, and if you are in one of them, please stand. Continue to stand as we see if we can have all of our students standing. If you are a veteran or currently serve in the military, please stand and remain standing. If you are the first in your family to attend college, please stand. If you are raising children, please stand. If you worked while taking classes, please stand. If you're happy you don't have to take another test, please stand. And finally, please stand if you're proud to be an Eagle. Please be seated. It now gives me great pleasure to introduce the 26th President of Eastern Washington University, Dr. Mary Cullinan, who joined the Eagle family in 2014. President Cullinan's goals throughout her higher education career align with Eastern's deep commitment to providing high-quality, challenging academic programs and pathways to success for all students. Dr. Cullinan.
So welcome to Eastern Washington University's 125th commencement. I am so happy to serve as Eastern's 26th president and to be here for this inspiring culmination of the academic year. The commencement ceremony represents so much. All the great work that you students have accomplished over your years here, and also the true beginning of another phase of your lives. I'm deeply grateful to the faculty and staff who have assisted you in reaching this important day. And I'm also grateful to the family members and friends who have provided support of every kind. Thank you all for being here today, and welcome to this wonderful celebration. Now, I'm pleased to invite our student body president, Mr. Franklin Cody Cook, to share greetings with you and to introduce our student speaker.
It has been my pleasure and honor to serve as your student body president for the past year. Our student government took big steps this year to continue to represent student interests on all levels of our university. I am confident that our student government will continue to represent students and improve our university for years to come. Eastern Washington University has given us a wonderful opportunity to learn and to be transformed. I join you today graduating with a degree in marketing from the College of Business and Public Administration. In the next several days, I will be moving to Texas, where I will begin my career as a project engineer, coordinating with owners and subcontractors to facilitate industrial land development in the Dallas-Fort Worth area. This next step in my life was only possible through the experiences and connections I made during my time here at Eastern Washington University. And now it gives me great pleasure to introduce our next speaker and fellow student who has been chosen from an extremely competitive pool of candidates. Tabitha Ormachea graduates today with us, earning a degree from the College of Social Sciences with a major in international affairs and a minor in anthropology. After graduating from Liberty High School in Spangle, Tabitha spent 7 years traveling the world. Throughout her studies, she has been interested in environmental concerns, in particular water resources. After graduating, Tabitha will attend law school, where she will further her passion for the environment through the Environmental, Natural Resources, and Energy Law program at Lewis and Clark Law School. Please join me in welcoming Tabitha Ormachea to the podium.
Hello. First, congratulations on your achievement, and thank all of you for being here today to celebrate our accomplishments. This journey has been unique for each of us, and personally, Eastern Washington University gave me an opportunity to find my passion and cultivate confidence within me. For so long, I had an emptiness. I never understood quite what I was missing in life. It was my education. As an adult returning back to college, I was plagued by self-doubt. I questioned, was it too late? Can I really accomplish this? Has my time passed? I decided I had wasted too much time as it was, and I longed to fulfill that emptiness. So I did it. I went back to school. When I started at Eastern, I had never known what true accomplishment felt like. I had never been given an intellectual forum to express my ideas or my philosophies, and I had never been able to find my passion. With every step I took down my academic journey, I found invaluable pieces of myself, pieces I had been missing for so long. This journey has not been easy, and many of life's obstacles have obstructed my path. But my failures and my missteps did not dissuade me from my dreams. They motivated me to push harder, to be better. I could never have accomplished so much without the relationships I built here at Eastern. My professors have been more than just an obligatory part of my routine. They have become my mentors, they have become my friends, and they have supported me at every opportunity. Every aspect of my experience here at Eastern has inspired me to push through mediocrity, to strive for success. And I have accomplished more here than I ever thought possible. I can guarantee that each one of us has struggled as we made it through but our academic career, and none of us did this alone. Maybe it was your friends, maybe it was your family, maybe it was your teachers, but someone supported you through this journey. And for me, the people that were instrumental were my closest loved ones. my mom, my best friends, and my closest companion. While I give credit to my peers and professors for challenging me, which by all means helped facilitate my intellectual growth, I give credit to the support of my closest loved ones for my academic flourishment. My mother has supported my every step through this process. It was my mother that I tried to emulate as I strove for success. My mom has been my mentor since I can remember. As a single mother, she had decided to go back to college as an adult, actually here at Eastern. She was motivated to better her life and mine. My mother worked full-time, went to school full-time, and raised me full-time. And when she finished her academic career, she had completed 2 master's degrees. Her dedication, her strength, and her drive are some of the reasons I stand here. My best friends, they have supported this venture from the very beginning. They would go weeks without seeing me or hearing from me because they knew school had to come first. And they never complained. They encouraged me. And more importantly, they believed in me, even when I didn't believe in myself. They supported and believed in me to such an extent that one quarter, when I couldn't afford to pay my tuition, they paid my tuition for me and didn't ask for anything in return. And arguably, my biggest supporter through this journey was a very special person and my closest companion. He stood by my side and supported me in a way I could never repay. He worked 2 jobs while I went to school to ensure that I didn't have to worry about working full-time, so that I could focus on my education. He wrapped his arms around me and comforted me when I cried and thought I might fail. He held my hand as I struggled, and he rejoiced with me when I succeeded. They were my strength when I had none. They were my motivation when I felt defeated, and they were my biggest cheerleaders. The combination of these people and their support is why I'm standing here in front of you today. They are why I dedicated myself. They are what motivated me. And these people are the ones that I tried to emulate as I strove to be successful. So as you cultivate your own dreams, make sure to support the dreams of those around you, because you have no idea the difference it could make in someone's life. Our graduation and this accomplishment shows we have the strength to sustain. We have the drive to achieve something, and through all that it took, we have made it. Along life's journey, more obstacles will appear, and more failures will occur. And what you must remember is that failures happen and missteps are taken. But this should not prohibit you from your dreams, because it is how you come out of those failures that will truly define who you are and what you are capable of. This achievement has cultivated a confidence within myself to continue to pursue my passion for the advocacy of the environment. Because of the education I received here and the motivation I received from those around me, I was awarded an Environmental Leadership Scholarship to Lewis and Clark Law School and will begin my next step in my academic career in Portland in the fall. The personal and intellectual evolution that Eastern provided me has changed the course of my life. So I urge you not to be complacent about life. Rather, challenge yourself. Because if life doesn't challenge you, it will not change you. We get one chance to make a difference. And the best thing we can do is blaze our own path, ride out the turbulences of life, but stay hopeful and stay positive during the whole process. And most importantly, remember to love and support those around you. Thank you.
Thank you, Tabitha. I now turn to the chair of our Board of Trustees, the Honorable James Murphy, who brings greetings from our board.
I do indeed bring you greetings from the Eastern Washington University Board of Trustees. The Board of Trustees is the governing body for the university. It provides guidance and helps to share the story of the university and its importance to our citizens. Today, in that spirit, the Board of Trustees sincerely congratulates each and every one of you as you receive your degree. We extend our admiration and gratitude to the faculty and staff here at Eastern for their role in helping you earn your diplomas. We humbly thank your parents, families, and friends for their support and their encouragement throughout your time here at Eastern. You would not be here today without them. Please know that the Board of Trustees shares your pride and your sense of accomplishment. We wish you the very best in whatever comes next. Your success will be a reflection of Eastern, and we know you will not disappoint. It is now my pleasure to award the Trustees Medal. The Trustees Medal is the university's highest award and recognizes teaching excellence, significant contributions to scholarship and research, and accomplishments in the development of academic programs and curricula. This year, we're pleased to honor Professor William C. Williams with this award. Our recipient of the EWU Trustees Medal has a record of excellence in teaching, scholarship, and service. Please refer to your program at page 22 for a more detailed description of Dr. Williams' accomplishments, which we happily celebrate today. Professor Williams, will you please remain here and join us as we celebrate? Dr. Williams is a professor of psychology and a proud Eastern Eagle. He earned both his bachelor's and master's degree at EWU and his PhD from the University of Utah. Dr. Williams was an early innovator in incorporating technology in the pedagogy and a trailblazer in assessing student success factors in his courses. Dr. Williams also made significant contributions to the field of psychology. Currently, he is working with colleagues in biology to examine the relationship of the MAOA gene to childhood maltreatment and aggression. His careful attention to the art of teaching and his outstanding commitment to his students have been recognized repeatedly by his peers and students. His students are actively engaged in research and offer high praise for the rich learning opportunities and mentoring that have resulted in many achieving master's and doctoral degrees. Dr. Williams, congratulations and thank you for your devotion to your students and your field. Please join me here along with President Cullinan and accept the Trustees Medal. Thank you.
Thank you, Chair Murphy. In addition to awarding undergraduate and graduate degrees to our students, the university has the authority to award honorary degrees to distinguished individuals who have made significant contributions to the university over an extended period of time through their devotion to education, literature, art, or science, or whose outstanding personal and professional achievements and attainments exemplify the role and mission of Eastern Washington University. This morning, we are very pleased to recognize two alumni whose devotion to Eastern has been remarkable and whose support of each other as husband and wife has made this support for us possible. I call upon Professor Jackie Coombs, Chair of the Faculty Organization, and Professor Roberta Jackson to come forward to read the citations. Will both General and Mrs. Pravatsky please rise while the citations are being read?
President Cullinan and members of the Board of Trustees, I have the honor to present Major General Ken Pravatsky, who has been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. General Pravatsky graduated from Eastern Washington State College in 1969 as an ROTC Distinguished Graduate. He followed that achievement by an even more impressive event, marrying his fellow classmate, Kathy Iverson. As a commissioned officer, he served as infantry platoon leader in combat in Vietnam and commanded units at all levels thereafter, including 2 worldwide joint organizations as a general officer. He spent 33 years in the U.S. Army before retiring in 2002 as a 2-star general. After leaving the military, General Pavatsky entered the ocean shipping business with responsibility for operations spanning the Pacific. He retired from industry in 2010. He has been awarded the highest service decorations by the Department of Defense and U.S. Army and received personal recognition from the Vice President of the United States for his revolutionary changes to military distribution operations. He has earned master's degrees in English, business, and military science. He has written on military matters over the years, including a book, Logistics in the Falklands War, and served as a faculty at West Point and as a fellow at Stanford University. In 2007, General and Mrs. Pravatsky established an endowed scholarship supporting students pursuing the master's degree in communications disorders. For outstanding accomplishments in leadership, military science, and management, and for his support of EWU students, Eastern Washington University is pleased to recognize Major General Ken Pravatsky. Now I am pleased to turn the podium over to Professor Robbie Jackson.
Professor Cullinan and members of the Board of Trustees, I have the honor to present Ms. Kathy Pravatsky, who has been recommended by the faculty and approved by the Board of Trustees for the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa. Graduating as one of the top 10 students in her class, Mrs. Kathy Iverson Pravatsky earned her bachelor's degree in education in speech and hearing from Eastern Washington State College in 1969, and her master's in speech pathology in 1973. For 40 years, she worked as a speech-language pathologist, providing communication and assistive technology services to children. As the coordinator for the Special Education Services Agency in Anchorage, Alaska, Mrs. Pravatsky focused on services in rural areas. Widely recognized for her contributions in her profession, she received the Award for Clinical Excellence from the American Speech, Language, and Hearing Association, as well as the Governor's Award for co-founding Assistive Technology Alaska, and serving as the executive director until her retirement in 2011. Mrs. Pravatsky has also been active with the Special Olympics, assisting with the International Winter Games in Alaska, as well as the International Games in Japan and China. The scholarship that Mrs. Pravatsky and her husband established has to date helped 12 deserving graduate students achieve their dreams of becoming speech-language pathologists. For outstanding accomplishments in speech-language pathology, rural outreach, disability support services, and for her support of EWU students, Eastern Washington University is pleased to recognize Mrs. Kathy Pravatsky. Now, President Cullinan will confer the degrees.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I am pleased to confer upon Major General Ken Pravatsky and Mrs. Kathy Pravatsky the degree of Doctor of Humane Letters, honoris causa, with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Congratulations. Drs. Pravatsky, thank you both for your steadfast devotion to our alma mater. And it is now my pleasure to invite Dr. Ken Pravatsky to address our graduates.
President Cullinan, Board of Trustees, Eastern Washington University, Kathy and I want to thank you. When I received the phone call a few months ago to invited me to give this commencement address, I accepted readily, and I didn't have any idea that these honors were in the works. We don't feel deserving, but thank you. Today is a particularly meaningful event for us because Eastern blood runs through many veins in our families. My sister went to Eastern. Kathy's aunt and uncle attended Eastern. Her mother received her master's degree from Eastern. Her father earned both his bachelor's and master's degrees from Eastern. Back then it was known as Cheney Normal. We are proud of how Eastern has educated us. The reason we're here this morning, though, is because of you, men and women, soon to be graduates of Eastern Washington University, the class of 2017 from the College of Social and Behavioral Sciences and Social Work. Yeah. And the College of Business and Public Administration. I'm very honored to be speaking to you today, and I know you grads are happy to be here, but there are some that are much happier than you, I am sure. You've heard about it, your parents, maybe your employers, your spouses, your children, other family members, maybe your dog and your cat that comforted you during finals weeks. I suspect it'll be a great Father's Day for many dads here. I have heard that many of you are going to be moving back home. I hope you've told your parents. Graduates, it's now your turn. How about a big hand for those that helped you? Now, I've seen a lot of vets stand up today. We have had 11 newly commissioned lieutenants from the Army's, from Eastern's ROTC program commissioned just yesterday. They are going to be departing shortly to serve us and our nation. Please give them a round of applause. And when I first came here, this really didn't exist, but right down the parking strip there was a place called the Spokane Coliseum, and that was a half a century ago. And I was a sixth grader at Sheraton Elementary, and at least one of my classmates is here today. Sheraton's on the eastern edge of Spokane, and we came here to the Spokane Coliseum to square dance. I'm not kidding you. Some of the grandparents probably remember that. It wasn't optional for us. Square dancing was part of the physical education curriculum in grade schools at that time. And so one day in 1959, the floor in the predecessor of the arena was packed with sixth graders square dancing, including my future wife. I didn't know her then. She was attending Hutton Elementary. Now I can still remember square dancing calls like Alaman left, do-sa-do. I really don't want to demean square dancers, but not many of us had smiles on our faces. I hated every minute of it. And that's the last time I square danced. But the last time that I was in the Spokane Coliseum was in 1965. That was when Kathy and I were attending Lewis and Clark High School. Hope you got some LC grads here. We were high school sweethearts. We had been going together for 2 years. We've been together ever since then, except for a while at Eastern when she dumped me. And I gotta admit, I deserved it. So, you see, when I graduated from LC, I was really rocking. I had a 3.8 GPA. I'd been a starter on LC's championship football team. I'd gone to state as Spokane's champion pole vaulter. I was an officer in the student council. I arrived at Eastern with a small scholarship and lots of promise. And then I moved into an apartment in downtown Cheney that was above Bill's Tavern. I hear somebody probably heard of that. Well, back in 1965, a glass of beer was $0.25. If you brought in a gallon jug, Bill would fill it up for $1. And you might have guessed I had an okay time. By the end of my first quarter at Eastern, all that promise from LC was gone, and my GPA had plummeted to 1.9. I was on academic probation. The scholarship soon disappeared, and that was the first step toward Kathy dumping me for a while. Now, let me say, I wholeheartedly congratulate those of you that are graduating with honors at the top of your class. But I share this confession because I suspect a few of you have been to Bill's and are graduating below your potential. If that's true, then enjoy a sigh of relief, because I stand here as proof there's hope. And yes, you too can rise above that GPA, and it's all on you now. You got to get yourself together. Today, you grads become part of the extended family of Eastern Washington University. Blood runs through you, through your veins, and you're going to meet a lot of Eastern Eagle grads in the years ahead. My wife, Kathy, has worked in a dozen states across our nation and also overseas when we were in the military. And her specialty, as you heard, was speech pathology. And all of her jobs, she worked beside Eastern grads, all of them. And she always said they were the best. When I was a brigade commander in the Army, there were 3 battalion commanders that were working with me. 2 of those 3 were Eastern grads. 1 also became a 2-star general. As a freshman at Eastern, I pledged a brotherhood that became the Zeta Nu chapter of Pi Kappa Alpha fraternity. That fraternity no longer exists at Eastern, but the brotherhood most definitely does. Every month in Spokane and also across the state around Seattle, Pike brothers gather for lunch. Friendships continue after 50 years. And so I tell you that a degree in friendships from Eastern Washington University is a very big deal. Now, I don't have any silver bullets for you today about your lives and careers, but I do have a few suggestions. The first is this, and it's probably more warranted after this past week. I suspect many of you get up in the morning and hold your head and think the world is going nuts. You know, many issues surround us today, but there have been many big issues in every decade of my life, and even more so in the lives of my parents and grandparents. You probably don't know much about the 1960s. When I was here at Eastern, that decade and the early 70s were tough years. And I'm going to refresh your memories momentarily here, briefly. We lost President Kennedy. We lost his brother Bobby. We lost Martin Luther King. Our country supported a ridiculous invasion of Cuba, which failed miserably. We were on the brink of real nuclear war with the Soviet Union. Fallout shelters were the rage. There were lots of protest marches. Some turned violent. There were race riots. There were shootings. There were church burnings. Drugs flowed freely. There was a very divisive war underway, and 58,000 Americans lost their lives. Now, my first deployment was not to Vietnam. It was to Washington, D.C. because of riots against that war. I was a first lieutenant at the 82nd Airborne Division at Fort Bragg, North Carolina, and I found myself facing angry citizens with different views in our nation's capital. I was very uneasy. And then in the 1970s, our military fired on and killed students at Kent State University. Then our vice president resigned, and then our president resigned. It seemed like all hell was breaking loose. But in the midst of it all, we Americans went to the moon. We went to the moon. And you know what? Us students in the 1960s, we enjoyed the greatest music ever. It was a wonderful time, too. So we do have many challenges ahead, but we're going to get through them as well. Our country needs all of us to be good citizens, to be informed, to vote during elections, maybe get more involved, and very importantly, to be respectful and civil towards each other. Only about half of Americans vote. And that is not the way to influence anything. So my first suggestion is I challenge you to raise those numbers. Now, some of you might have jobs already. The rest of you are going to get jobs. It would be unusual if you weren't a little anxious about all that right now. Having to get up before noon, no more classes to skip, pressures of working day after day, long hours, week after week, and wow, after today, just you and your performance stand between paychecks and promotion. I suspect some of you are getting the jitters. Well, let me calm your nerves if that's true. And I know you're a lot of Mariners fans out here, and I like the Mariners as well, but in my heart, I'm a New York Yankees fan. Yeah, I sense a few Red Sox fans are out there. I started liking the Yanks right here in Spokane when I was a kid. Anyway, the Yanks had this famous shortstop who just retired. His name's Derek Jeter. He was a class act. He retired from baseball 2 years ago. Everybody expects him to be a first-round pick into the Hall of Fame. It might surprise you to learn that Jeter's, and I'm going to quote, biggest fear in life was being unprepared. That's a pretty remarkable thing coming from Derek Jeter. I mentioned Jeter because it might not mean anything if I told you that was true with me. But it really does matter. I cannot tell you how many times I have looked myself in the mirror in the morning and reminded myself how darn stupid I was. There's many times that Kathy would look at me and she says, "You don't need the damn mirror." But since leaving Eastern in 1969, I've had about 24 jobs, and you know what? I never felt prepared for a single one of them. Not the first one nor the last, and so I always found myself boning up on things, often on my own and sometimes in classrooms, and I hope you'll do the same. It's a good thing. Let me tell you what's not a good thing. I came across some very disturbing data recently. I discovered that somewhere between 25 and 40% of college grads today will never read another book, hard copy or digital. Now that little tidbit really surprised me. You know, I actually know a few people who don't read books. And you know what? It's pretty noticeable. I simply refuse to think that the same is true for you Eastern grads. I hope you don't fall into that category. But if you do, there is a tiny bit of good news because you won't have to ever face me as a prospective employer because I'd never hire you if you didn't read books. So, Everybody's heard of Bill Gates. He often said that reading taught him to see things differently. He also said, and I quote, "You don't really start getting old until you stop reading." Now, that should scare you right back into a book. Which leads me to my final suggestion for you today. Most of us Americans work very hard. I would say that we work too hard. Employers give us vacation time. Less than half of us use all of our vacation time. I urge you to cut yourself some slack in years ahead and take your time off. You'll earn it, you'll work hard, but you know the only thing you really need to fear is that your company flourishes when you're gone. That would not be a good sign. And since we Americans don't take our vacation time, many of us just don't travel, especially outside of North America to the rest of the world. And yet many of us think we understand everything about every place. Just so you know, I'm not blowing smoke. Statistics from the National Travel and Tourism Office reveal that in 2015, less than 13 Americans traveled to Europe, less than 5 million to Asia. Combined, that's less than 5% of our population of 320 million. I challenge you this morning to raise those numbers. It will absolutely alter your perspective on many things. There is something that bores into you and changes you when you walk fields around Gettysburg or the Little Bighorn, or stare down at Machu Picchu, or sit on the bank of the Jordan River, or stand in the shadows of Dachau. This year, my high school sweetheart and I turned the ripe age of 70. Instead of a big party, we are flying to France and walking across the Camino de Santiago. Perhaps you've heard of the Camino. People have been walking it for centuries, about 500 miles, just the two of us, with backpacks, hostels, and hopefully a whole lot of wine. I wish I had done this when I was much younger. I am now hoping to survive and reach the age of 71. 20, 30, 40 years from now, you guys will be thinking about things you want to do and how little time remains. Don't wait. Use that vacation time and expand your horizons. One of my all-time favorite quotations comes from Henry David Thoreau in his famous book, Walden. Thoreau was a guy back in Massachusetts in the 1800s who went to live by a pond. You might have heard of him. He marched to a little different drum. Here is how Thoreau explained why he went to the woods. I went to the woods because I wished to live life deliberately, to front only the essential facts of life and see if I could not learn what it had to teach, and not, when I came time to die, discover that I had not lived. I cannot imagine a worse feeling than that. This quotation I love. It has guided me for decades. To live life to the fullest, however much time I have, wherever I go, whatever I do. Graduates, I encourage you to find your own woods. Be good citizens. Continue learning. Follow your dreams into new places. When you get to my age, you won't be disappointed. Eastern Washington class of 2017, the future awaits. I congratulate you and wish you the very best. Thank you.
Thank you, Dr. Paratsky. The strength of a university is synonymous with the strength of its faculty. At Eastern, we have a tradition of excellent faculty, attracted here by other outstanding faculty and the quality of our university and our region. This year marks the retirement and conferral of emeritus status for several members of the faculty. Emeritus comes from Latin and means worthy of merit. These individuals have given many years of service to the university. Their contributions are recognized and gratefully acknowledged. Page 18 of your commencement program provides a brief summary of their careers. Will President Cullinan, Chair Murphy, and Faculty Organization President Coombs come forward to congratulate our faculty? Faculty, please come forward when you are recognized. Dr. Sarah Keller, Professor of Anthropology and Geography, Emerita. Dr. Martha Rasky, Professional Social Work, Emerita. Dr. Gabor Zovani, Professor of Urban and Regional Planning, Emeritus. Thank you, honored faculty. Now we move to recognize the students. Graduates, this day is one of the most significant days of your life because you are receiving something that no one can ever take away from you, a college education. You should take full credit for your accomplishment as it is a significant one. Out of respect for your fellow graduates and their guests, we ask that all graduates please return to their seats after crossing the stage and remain seating until the end of the ceremony. And now, the moment we've been waiting for. It is time to introduce the class of 2017 and to confer the degrees. We will begin with graduate degrees. I invite Interim Dean Jonathan Anderson to present the candidates for educational specialist degrees in the College of Social Sciences.
As Interim Dean of the College of Social Sciences, I ask that the candidates for the educational specialists please rise and remain standing. Members of the Board of Trustees and President Cullinan, I am pleased to recommend that the Educational Specialist degree in School Psychology be conferred upon these candidates who have established their eligibility through the successful completion of all degree requirements.
By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer your degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Students, please come forward to be recognized.
Nicole Faith Jefferson. Samantha Marie Gilson. Danielle Nicole Bento. Kelsey Pauline Hayes. Jesse Slavoto. Samantha Gerber. Sarah Souders. Calvin Klingensmith. Margaret Alice Orr. Jennifer Ann Burnett. And Kristen Maria Clark.
We now move to recognize master's degrees from the College of Social Science and College of Business and Public Administration. I invite Interim Dean Jonathan Anderson and Interim Dean Arsen Chataj to please come forward to introduce your students.
Will the candidates for master's degrees in the College of Social Sciences please rise? Members of the Board of Trustees and President Cullinan, I recommend that master's degrees in the College of Social Sciences be conferred upon these candidates who have established their eligibility through the successful completion of all degree requirements. Thank you, students. Please be seated.
Greetings. As an interim dean of College of Business and Public Administration, I ask the candidates for the master's degree in the College of Business and Public Administration, please rise. Members of the Board of Trustees and President Cullinan, I recommend that master's degrees in the College of Business and Public Administration be conferred upon these candidates who have established their conferred eligibility through the successful completion of all degrees requirements. Thank you, students. You may remain standing.
So now, will all the candidates for the master's degrees please rise again? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer your degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Students, please be seated. You'll be guided to the stage by the ushers to receive your graduate hoods and diplomas.
Lizky Valenzuela. Miranda Nicole McVeigh. Diane Perez Chavez. Margaret Stevenson. Hannah Hart.
Colin Cooper.
Jordan Toon.
Daniel Rummer.
Noelle Marie Kuntzman.
Philip Tennyson.
Kirsten Town.
Stephanie Sandlin.
Gracie Bolin.
Daniel Ray Thiessen.
Adrian Corey Burcham.
Kylie Elizabeth Chapman.
Alexandra Lee McCligot.
Brittany Kendall Ashley Emode.
Lakeisha Sade Jones.
Kieran Hannah Foster.
Callie Hansen.
Jamie Nicole Turner.
Aaron Daniels.
Maria G. Basil Barajas.
Megan Tucker.
Sarah Hanna.
Sarah Norgan.
Cherise D. Gozman.
Michael R. Sullivan, Jr.
Kylie Allen Hedges.
Darren M. Gish.
Luis DeConte.
Jennifer Stevens.
Calvin Bruce.
Kevin Murphy.
Kenisha Joe Lloyd.
Monica Graham.
Megan Lee Weedle.
Julie Peters.
Hillary Shannon Harris.
Logan Miller.
Chelsea L. Pierce.
Amanda Nillis.
Jenalee Gould.
Victoria Huckabee.
Kaylee Featherstone. Mina Bassi. Christopher Porter.
Nicole Nolan.
Logan Michael Caparelli.
Natasha Bessie Utevsky.
Charlie Byers.
Catherine Van Allen Dickinson.
Adrian Nicole Sadlow. Nicole Southwick.
Troy Sagao.
Tara Justine Carbone Boyd.
Greg Melrose.
Aaron Bocock.
Sebastian Christopher Mende Lyons.
Courtney Carroll.
Alexandra DeHoga.
Danielle Foster.
Lorisa Pauley.
Kaya Breslin Kessler.
Maggie Richardson.
Mulika Baines.
Jocelyn Seifert.
Karen Satchel.
Elizabeth Kep.
Kenzie Bush.
Samantha Simmons.
Olivia Brooks.
Kimberly Stepro.
Madeline Greaves.
Eleanor Young.
Katie Bryan Logan.
Carly Joelle Mitzel.
Megan Lee.
Alexandra Maxine Brown.
Sheila Green.
Jenna Tony.
Maloa Beck.
Deborah Snortland.
Letitia Andrea Williams.
Brianna Lavon Carberry.
Sadie Joanne Gardner.
Jennifer Emerson.
Myra Marie Block.
Kayla Kamenzine.
Sandra Jean Rogers.
Brianne Terry.
Marilyn Nam Chung.
Austin Cagle.
Thomas Essex.
Leandria Whitcraft.
Larry Dennis Patching Jr.
Tamika Lemire.
Christina Parker.
Esmeralda Pena Lopez.
Holly Crowder.
Whitney Carroll.
Freddie Faris Sanchez. Hugo David Camillo Camacho. Jason Doty. Angelica Cisneros Wally. Taylor Getman.
Now calling candidates for the Masters of Business Administration and Public Administration.
Emily Contreras.
Mitchell Schaefer.
Crystal Liebert. Misty Mongale.
Rachel Evans.
Aaron Joseph Crockett.
Roberta Taufin.
Mandy Rodriguez. Leanne Jackson.
Jeremy Godsey.
Geneva Pregan.
Brandon Cooper.
Kyle Patrick Huldy.
Kimberly Jean Nesper.
Jamie Finch. Megan Denise French.
Bader Alanese.
Kimberly Renee Arts. Sean Allen Delancey.
Abraham Al-Jahani.
Maggie Mendoza Turner.
Bethany Elizabeth Montgomery.
Lisa Marie Hollister.
Bismarck Avarno.
Elisa Andolson. Jacqueline R. Rosas.
Shayla Mayer.
Bonnie Gaines.
Tim Doe.
Wendy Signa Martin. Julie Ellis.
Jamila Al-Shabali.
Tracy W. Hauser.
Michelle Hunt.
Brooke Star Silver. Oops.
Diana Ortiz.
Eliseo Joe Dom Lau.
Bill Shaw.
Sally Stoltz.
Kristen Zitterkopf.
Reed Rodriguez.
Michael Flieger.
Amada Preschlow.
Sarah Nicole Adams.
Mary Stevens.
Brianne Kilstrom.
Rayanne Orbom. Camila Hansen.
Brittany Ingram.
And now the master's candidates for public administration and for urban and regional planning. Tanya Faye Gleason. Jocelyn Seifert. Krista Loney. Jennifer Joseph Morton. Valerie Heyman. Ahmed Al-Sadiq. Jacob C. Allen Clay. Alejandro Lyman. Jessica Torres. Louis Heppel. Shelby Yotta. Lena Negrete. Jace Hochwald. Marty Snyder. Amy Hilland. Carol Wunterly. John Chatburn. Matt Lauer.
Members of the Board of Trustees and President Cullinan, it is now my pleasure to present this year's candidates for the baccalaureate degrees. However, first, I would like to acknowledge those students receiving academic honors. Would those students wearing academic honor cords please rise when I announce your honors? Students graduating cum laude with a GPA of 3.5 to 3.69 are distinguished by red and white honor cords. Students graduating magna cum laude with a GPA of 3.7 to 3.89 are wearing silver honor cords. And our graduates this spring with an exemplary GPA of 3.9 to 4.0 are wearing gold honor cords and have the highest designation of summa cum laude. Congratulations to you all. The Francis B. Houston Medallion Award was established in 1998 to honor the memory of Professor Houston, a leader and friend of higher education. This award recognizes outstanding graduates and reflects Miss Houston's compassion and respect for what education can do for an individual and a community. The award winners are listed on page 20 of your program. Would the Francis B. Houston Medallion Award winners please stand and be recognized? I now invite the deans to present the baccalaureate candidates from their colleges.
Will the candidates for bachelor's degrees in the College of Social Sciences please rise? Members of the Board of Trustees and President Cullinan, I recommend that bachelor's degrees be conferred upon these candidates who have established their eligibility through the successful completion of all degree requirements. Thank you, students. Please be seated.
Will the candidates for bachelor's degree in College of Business and Public Administration please rise and remain standing? Members of the Board of Trustees and President Cullinan, I recommend that bachelor's degree to be conferred upon these candidates who have established their eligibility through the successful completion of all degree requirements. Thank you, students. You may remain standing.
So now will all the candidates for the bachelor's degrees please rise again? By the authority vested in me by the Board of Trustees and upon the recommendation of the faculty, I hereby confer your degree with all the rights, privileges, and responsibilities appertaining thereto. Students, now please be seated. You will be guided to the stage by the ushers to receive your diplomas.
Shirley Urin.
Yesenia Alvarado.
Sadia Hummel.
Rosario Rodriguez.
Alejandra Ruiz.
Jordan Hansen.
Gabriela Ruiz.
Mackenzie Davis.
Rosalba Gonzalez.
Matthew Sutherland. Diego Garcia.
Kara Christine Schertz.
Cody Whitley. Connor Auerhan.
Karen Guadarrama.
Philip Seiler.
Victor Nevarez.
Ian T. Van Roy.
Rebecca Ann Bliss.
John Gritner.
Ashley Elizabeth Martin.
Charles Nathan Barber. Haley Shanae Ferguson.
Tanya Miles.
Mackenzie Rose Gilmore.
Aileen Michelle Osborne.
Brandon Vick.
Gail Kruger.
Caltrina Ferrati.
Marina Aparna Davis.
Taylor Baldwin.
Cassidy Odell.
Chaz Sanchez Martinez.
Janice Marino.
Alora Marie Pancook.
Heather Boren.
Justin Wargo.
Caitlin Sleen.
Satori Butler.
Alida Leyva Morales. Guadalupe Valdivinos.
Wasil Burdeft. Connor Cragg.
Viviana Magalan.
Rachel Martin.
Caitlin Samantha Douglas.
Jessica Goosh.
Dulce A. Molina.
Samuel Wani.
Rachel Lynn Hansen.
Michael Bernal.
Sarah Oti.
Nicole Sophia Ann Gibson.
Renee Riller.
Danny Pham.
Miranda Wilson.
Trevor Haley,
Brianna Marie Donnelly.
McKenna Paulson,
Megan Snively.
Jasmine Pacheco,
Taylor Rose Larson.
Keishla Soto Sanchez,
Faith LeBeau.
Megan Elizabeth Pond,
Orenda Doughty.
Thomas Daniel Lemon,
Brenna Moss.
Lauren Watts Garcia,
Alyssa Dastrud.
Daniel Munson,
Kaylee Kroll.
Kevin Meineck,
Christina Kobayashi.
Brandon Janisek,
Francina Wenda Mutombo.
Carla Torres Espinosa,
Nicholas Strawn.
Mark Borgens,
Yvonne Espino Basturdo.
Ted McLennan,
Viri Solano Arenas.
Stephanie Reeves,
Nancy Sanchez Arroyo.
Ursh Bott,
Maribel Godinez.
Christina Renee Bailenga,
Morgan Sabin.
Megan Cook,
Brianna Sosa.
Claudia Perez,
Elizabeth Wynn Kennedy. Flor Castaneda.
Eduardo L'Observator Olmos,
J. Simeon Kelly.
Desiree Lorraine Brown,
Blake Walter Irish.
Melissa Wagner,
Austin Joe Hutcherson.
Ashley Benedict,
Michael A. Nelson.
Lisa Chudoba,
Taylor M. Ybarra.
Nicole Macy,
Pierre Lamont Borders, Jr.
Aubrey Weeks,
Alina Warren.
Ivy Williams,
Rachel Mariah Glamp.
Emma Gollenhahn,
Jared Ray Jones.
Sierra Elaine Sands,
JJ Najaku.
Kaylee Plinsky,
Nick Splendorio.
Molly McIntyre,
Joseph Hunt.
Ashton Montgomery,
Zachary David Wimberly.
William John Stotts II,
Besser Rios.
John Dunn,
Riga Alvarado.
Caitlin Marie Brisson,
Brianna Nicole Bailey.
Piper Bailey,
Tia Kiana Pau.
Zoe Bowden,
Jarrell Benson Allen.
Alejandra Huerta,
Jessica Tate.
Ricardo Reyes Gomez,
Lauren Elizabeth Simmons.
Nicole Mesky,
Andrea Jean Waters.
Adria Lauren Reed,
Rachel Christine Worf.
April Nicole Benson.
Addison Margaret Howley.
Allison Tracy Brooks.
Ryan Finley.
Jalisa Margaret Hoskins.
Jalen J. Ross.
Mary Stephanie Rivera.
Adrian Castellanos.
Stephanie Fabon Gurai.
Chelsea Noel McAuliffe.
Stephanie Aguilar.
Erica Suzanne Latinser Swenson.
Junior Gonzalez Bautista.
Leticia Ornelas.
Chloe Peterson.
Haley Jane McClure.
Catherine Stewart.
Heidi Jean Buchert.
Blake Ellert.
Mackenzie Aliska Diana Hamilton.
Stephen Vera.
Jeremy Martiri.
Tabitha Black.
Brian Moore.
Sierra Lynn Thompson.
Natalie Marie Cardenas.
Lauren Schultz.
Justina Campbell.
Fawn Nolt.
Lori Fry.
Precious Reyes.
Carla Godinez.
Juliana Molinaro.
Annalie Calvillo.
Jenny Harrison.
Claire Sharon Boughton.
Caitlin Anna Beheimer.
Angelica Macedo.
Rachel Dawn Napier.
Amber Lynn Maiden.
Brianna Barlow.
Donovan Howard.
Taylor Matthew.
Zoe Mariotti.
Daniel Ivan Sanchez Garcia.
Megan Coates.
Savannah Grace Kerbaugh.
Cassandra Barrett.
Michael Joseph Zorich.
Taylor Anderson.
Haley Griffith.
Abdullah Sultan El Subay.
Raleigh Keegan. Elisa Doss.
Mohammed Abdul Raseg Al Saif.
Tisha Phillips.
Awalid El Tumra.
Denisha Marie Mitchell.
Jacob McIntosh.
Gabrielle Lucente.
Randall McKinsey Sylvester.
Marie Gray.
Jacob Christensen.
Kayla Wilson.
Jonathan Michael Bustos.
Jessica Ann Martin.
Michael Buddig.
Chazare Justine Diomede.
Burhan Tesfaldet.
Christy Johnson Balbrena.
Kelly L. Watt.
Victoria Yuri. Tanya Gotham.
Yukari Funahara.
David Slater.
McKenna Snyder.
Catherine Sotero.
Spencer Calvierd.
Rachel Ann Overland.
Zane Rogar.
Stephanie Ellen Cunningham.
Emily Rose Puckett.
Taylor Lee Dahlquist.
Gemma Rydell.
Michaela May Virgo.
Cody Allen Beaver.
Dora Sherman.
Summer Michelle Coring.
Renee Shade.
Anna Marie Rowley.
Ariel St. Clair.
Sterling Valyn Tracy.
Rachel Gear.
Holly Johnson.
Guadalupe Torres Jr.
Amanda Amodimo.
Rebecca David.
Mackenzie Taylor.
Kayleen Catherine Campbell.
Audrey Estelle Fravel.
Marlon Chavez.
Ruthie Hanford and Destiny.
Marissa Rosas.
Rebecca Sue Cunnell Selman.
Christopher Becerra.
Ashley Horsfield.
Jacqueline Ryan.
Rory Lakewood.
Carly Weddy.
Samantha Randall.
Hannah Elise Bradseth.
Amanda Welly.
Charles James Chapman.
Chance Riley.
Zachary Fisher.
Caleb Mack.
Stephen Artman.
Jacob Joseph Testel.
Scotty Intulai.
Justin Robert Michael Hoover.
Nicholas Christian Rowley.
Justin Nagel.
Cam Fleming.
Nathaniel Luis Ortiz.
Jasleen Cower.
Jacob Clisby.
Peter Munger.
Ashley Elizabeth McDaniel.
Kimberly Brainerd.
Catherine Rose Lay.
Raul Sanchez Jr.
John Micah Hugh.
Chelsea Price.
Ethan Eddie Martinez.
Dulce Gutierrez Vasquez.
Evan Teig.
Amanda Marie Mel.
Oscar Rios.
Kendall Ray Floyd.
Eduardo Melendrez Alejandre.
Diane K. Clark.
Raymond Figueroa.
Megan Takis. Carissa Gail Elliott.
Mandy Hendrickson.
Kyra Passmore.
Junior Valencia.
Daniel Lesyke.
Shane Mills.
Madison Murray.
Keegan Mitchell Stanley.
Savannah Fremote.
Jose Xavier Garza.
Anastasia Mudrea.
Lucas Strinden.
Bataya Streeter.
Boyce Johnson.
Kelsey Owens.
Allison Mayers.
Crystal Hedden Alternator.
Rosa Estrella.
Marisol Valdovinos.
Cornelio Arroyo.
Itasca Lee Russi.
Norma Yanette Castaneda.
Renee Hess Proxima.
Brenda Reyes.
Brooke Nicole Morris Hansen.
Isaac Fall.
Kaylee Marie Jackson.
Jennifer Mayerl.
Monica Kathleen Hauk.
Jacob Klingensmith.
Riley Jordan Thompson.
Lucas O'Neill.
Devaney Reed Kushner.
Chase Lysick.
Grace Vizanko.
Cody Jean Bergstrom.
Zamara Kank-Kamis.
Marshall Osnes.
Laura Robinson.
Cheyenne Lorraine Bishop.
Elizabeth Michaela.
Kathleen Elizabeth Witkowski.
Kaylin Dahl.
Brianna Burnett.
Quashana Altifao Barber.
Nayeli Facio.
Choi Kin Hang Javier.
Tony Lizette Martinez.
Lorraine Lynette Lefevre. Molly Joy Canoyer Bees.
Yanixa Benitez.
Morgan Lorraine Montillon.
Stephanie Toro.
Andrew James Flores.
Kayla Marty.
Brenna Perozic. Angelica Yadith Sanchez.
Sokridani Bunt Torres Clara.
Sarai Coral Rios.
Maddie Casto.
Maria Elena Rodriguez.
Emily Page Sherman.
Diana Lopez.
Lucian Ong.
Katie Doherty.
Evan Klein.
Taylor Stebbins.
Dunlop Dean Connor.
Kaylee York.
Mercedes McLean.
Jessica Ellen Sams.
Ian Nelson.
Christina Michaelides.
Angela Houston.
Leslie Miknovich.
Megan Abhold.
Dina Brill.
Serena Borges.
Jesse Erin Greaves.
Lydia Guadalupe Velasco.
Devin Rogers.
Amanda Gardner.
Christina Marie Walden.
Christy Berg.
Lydia Grace Kiesecker.
Andrea Demude.
Riley Nicole Lucas.
Bradley Nicholas Tripp.
Rebecca Partlow.
Ryan Yetter.
Raul Zavala.
Cameron Ross.
Carlos Garcia.
Drew Robke.
Theron Nystrom.
William Holmes.
Christopher T. Jackson.
Kyle Adolfson.
Emily Schramm.
Zachary Ray.
Juana Delgado.
Antonio Isaiah Montez.
Carly Richard.
Nicholas James Titus.
Summer Fortner.
Drew Goodman.
Angelino Serrano.
Caitlin Jean Carr.
Andrew Ramsey.
Elise Danielle Carr.
Rio Mowbray.
Eric Exner.
Rebecca Miriam Ruth Williams.
Jamie Kavanaugh.
Rachel Brianne Fletcher.
Vanessa Jarrett.
Megan Parks.
Connor James Phelan.
Jacqueline Bustos Espinosa.
Anthony Darrell Trahan.
Victoria Contois.
Tamara Jameen Wright Chavez.
Alma Teresa Ramos Manzo.
Cedric Bradley Sr.
Ella McCalladane.
Timothy Philip Scott Smith.
Daniel Besmer.
Alyssa Weber.
Hector Manuel Vaca Mendoza.
Blanca Garcia.
Octavio Enrique S. Gonzalez.
Chica Purcell.
Mitch Myers.
Jamie Lee Walker Fuller.
Brian Myers.
Anastasia O'Bannon.
Jennifer Sacco.
Violet Fela Alili.
David Broussard.
Ashley Leilani Payne.
Leah Jordan Wilson.
Ruth Reynolds.
Travis Fry.
Tiffany Baker.
Yasir Jazari.
Chad Stephen Engwer.
Tabitha Ormachea.
Colin Kennard.
Alberto Felix Beltran.
Mayra Gonzalez Fernandez and Marlin.
Anna Beth Shelter.
Benjamin Donnelly.
Melanie Sierra Henley.
Cassie Neubauer.
Shyla Lockhart.
Anna Cassidy Denton.
Katie Thompson.
Ashley Nicole Wadsworth.
Isabella Molitor Silva.
Tripchat Kaur Punglia.
Yuridia Isabel Lopez Acevedo.
Stephanie Dorman.
Zachary Adam Reiber.
Crystal Delancey.
Wade Usaid Hampton.
Aaron Brenton.
Danielle Lee.
Miguel Engel Pedroza.
Alice Brislin.
Kelly Selby.
Janet Patricia Shannon.
Cassandra Oll.
Tyson James Wright.
Felicia Borgman. Keone Wong. Dwayne Savanish. Rebecca Sanders. Michaela Lundeen. Leah Allen. Carrie Lynn Colleen. Janella Diane Blevins. Sandy Saperstein. Julian Jerome Stewart. Jared Jim Petrie. Riley Holsinger. Carson Ganidez. Kayla Smith. Maria D. Martinez. Scott A. Free. Gabrielle Minchow. Julian Hurrell. Josh Strickland. Miranda Roberts. Kaylee Tendi Handa. Bria Elizabeth Nolan Trevino. James Comfort. Kevin Clark. Jamie Ward. Sierra Wheatley.
And now presenting the undergraduates from the College of Business and Public Administration, Aaron Norris.
Taylor Madison Long.
Jace Ariston.
Samantha Caitlin Bingaman.
Kyle Stottlemyre.
Misty Mitchell.
Cameron Moore.
Brittany Ann Swanson.
Austin Flynn.
Alla Vasilievo. Sorry, Alla. Paul Merrill Williams II.
Nick Dobkin.
Vaughn Lowe.
Joshua Ryan Garza.
Bailey Ostrom.
Stephen Farwell.
Brandon Joaquin Jimerson.
Gavin Gullard.
Sean Chan DeLeon.
Cody Thorpe.
Thuan Duck Lee.
Taylor Volkanar.
Jacob Mack.
Taylor Potts.
Kyle Jasky.
Benjamin Bleesner.
Lucas Melvin.
Cody Ashbrook.
Michael Clisby.
Julia Greer.
Brooke Marie Pichette.
Sarah Kathleen Berger.
Jamie Allen.
Brittany Ramey.
Stephanie Alyssa Rojas.
Ellie Murphy.
Anna Gray Kilderhouse.
Stephen Olds.
Saif Al-Ghamdi Abu Omar.
Caden Julian.
Sultan Al-Shahari.
Haley Waddell.
Ali Al-Abaid.
Jade Lundy.
Saeed Al-Awood.
Arturo Martinez.
Carolina Lopez Trevino.
Javier Tavar.
Olivia Adele Bentley.
Francisco Danger Betancourt.
Tishara Kunkel.
Ariana Ramirez Betancourt.
Brianne Schmedding.
Omar Martinez.
Sarah Jane Easter.
Basil Al-Hanadi.
Taylor Robert Stone.
Suleiman Al-Qadari.
Kenza Ben Hamadou.
Abdullah Raliman Al-Saner.
Trong Yuen.
Haley Ritter.
Chloe Lewis.
Curtis Homuth.
Jessica Reiber.
Bryce Dressler.
Tracy Duclean.
Janae Brown.
Catherine Victoria Stevens.
Mark Cardness.
Andrew Joseph Averi.
Jessica Walker.
T.J. Bracey.
Kellen Wilson.
Johnny Demler.
Marcos Jones.
Jedediah Joshua Lara.
Jose Rios.
Andrew Bauer.
Courtney Davis.
Patrick Ariel Savella.
Luke Fisher.
Philip Hayase.
Alabas Almaki.
Lorenzo Renton Harrison.
Khalid Almahaldad.
Jordan Taylor Laurencio.
Justin Michael James Johnston.
Samuel Nana Agamian Mintaw.
Mackenzie Goodrich.
Tyler Kramer.
Travis Mitchell.
Michaela Kelly Huber.
Nathan Miller.
Timothy Matthew Martinez.
Ronald James Patton.
Alon White.
Jennifer Woodbury.
Brianna Perry.
Kimberly Brinkworth.
Yuzeth Garcia.
Jessica Watkins.
Ian Hake.
Jared Patrick Deneen.
Chase Davis.
Shelby Sinclair Shanstrom.
Nathan Caller.
Savannah Ray Sunseth.
Alex Bigger.
Emily Ann Hollenbeck.
Daniel Lomeland.
Jalen Renee Vigil.
Zachary Gippy.
Jason Bountnick.
Everett Cooper.
Chengyang Dong.
Brandon Hoff.
Evelyn Zib.
Cole Towlin.
Manuel Arroyo.
Alexander Thomas Stutzman.
Eric Armando Chavez.
Bryce Paulson.
Hector Godinez.
Tyler Seavey.
John Harrington.
Daniel Newman.
Matthew James Dunlap.
James Fleming.
Chase Pearson.
Kyle Davis.
Derek Ryan.
George Roberts.
Austin Alt.
Shane Kuykendall.
Jacob Walter.
Jesse Scott Miller.
Tyler S. Stevenson.
Corey Arkle.
J.P. Hart.
Robert Nolan.
Aaron Melton.
Jackson Ryan.
Sophia Wailana Miller.
Lowen Ewing.
Thomas Leake.
Michelle E. Garcia.
Victoria Simboli.
Rachel Limon.
Melissa Ozier.
John Marsh.
Vanessa Maria Goodwin.
Rachel Paul.
Franklin Cody Cook.
Courtney Green.
Cody Yoder.
Mohammed Al-Kidr.
Vanessa Ibarra.
Tark Al-Hudib.
Austin Myers.
Nasser Ahmed.
Corey Laux.
Damaris Schwartz.
Frederick David Aiello.
Hussein Al-Yusuf.
Glenn Slagle.
Nathaniel Lewis Gerard.
Anthony Brummer.
Leslie Dawn Sandin.
Taylor Wright.
Ibrahim Al-Saab.
Kevin Pitsley.
Mohammed El-Mutari.
Emily Catherine Sarf.
Janelle Ray Schiltz.
Claudia Angela Mita.
Michael Rhodes.
Stuart Axel Stager.
Eric Ford.
Jacob Tyler Fox.
Jesus Alvarez Solario.
Nicole Raglan McMurtry.
Jose L. Garcia.
Jingru Shi.
Miguel Camaro.
Matthew Broxma.
Barrento Ahmed.
Maria Suarez Anaya.
Jessica Davis.
Angie Name Ramana.
Derek Wilson.
Leah Odell.
Helen Elizabeth Garman.
Jordan Reeves.
Casey Paul Mertens.
Christina Longwa.
Taylor Stewart Matz.
Sharon Talbot.
Anthony Jordan.
Kelly Phillips.
Timon Grant.
Caitlin Malakowski.
Tonner McCoon.
Ashley Nicole Lazard.
Brandon Curtis.
Carly Danielle Martin.
Jose Antonio Gonzalez.
Justin Wayne Hunt.
Sylvia Crystal Vega Mendoza.
Jared King.
Valentin Valdez Herrera.
Justin Hauge.
Arlie Annabelle Alvarado.
Coraline Cook.
Angelina Rose DeGrazia.
Gavin D. Armand.
Marcy Louise LaChapelle.
Tasha Walsh.
Hannah Joe Gunderson.
Andrew Walsh.
Lauren Elizabeth Ullman.
Jessica Stizer.
Kaylee Truax.
David Howell.
Lauren Ann Logan.
Diana Terpenning.
Devin Fife Ivisher.
Kimberly M. Tangen.
Tyler Ackley.
Miranda Tracy Bilbrey.
Tanner Jones Martin.
Forrest Krant.
Brendan Cantu.
Sean Rogers.
David Lasovsky.
Cable Lervick.
Kendra Kenny Louise Smith. Katie Rose Smith.
Nicholas Brashears.
Pavi Ivy Pell.
Dalton Pulver.
Andrew Nevis Wilkins.
Cody Kelsey.
Marco Antonio Contreras.
Jacob Cushion.
Brianna Leah Houston.
Haley Rogenbuck.
Anne Marie Holdner.
Paige Helms.
Lorena DeLong.
Jordan Anderson.
Michaela Ellen Presho.
Andrew Philip Talon.
Victoria Jane Ripple.
Bhavneet Kaur Sidhu.
Canberra Viola Koga.
Sarahi Rodriguez.
Amanda Jean York.
Corey M. Smith.
James Lee.
Mitchell Patrick Clements.
John Chastik, U.S. Navy veteran.
Stephen Ockman.
Matthew Nordberg.
Kayla Marie Wilms.
Christina Pratt.
Christopher Connor Watkins.
Lilia Visiknevich.
Curtis Big C Nathaniel Taylor.
Angela Fair.
Michael Carroll.
Alexis Cecilia.
Danya Lynn Ralph Kornstrom.
Megan Nutley.
Taylor May Webb. Jamie Nicole Haggard. Benjamin Sussman Antolin. Eric Gregory Nix. Shaughnessy Patrick Mahoney. Kyle Damon. Nick Hilzendagger. Sean Eric Schilke.
I would now like to invite Dr. Cullinan back to the podium.
Graduates, please rise. Woo! So we have come to the end of our celebration, but there's still one task to accomplish. Graduates, place your hand on your tassel, which should be on your right. You may now move your tassel from the right to the left. Congratulations. You are now officially graduates and alumni of Eastern Washington University. As you go forth in the world, I hope you will treasure the knowledge and the memories you have gained in your time with us. Now go out and start something big.
Please remain standing and join our music department chorale in singing our alma mater. The words are on page 12 of your commencement program and on the video board. Following the alma mater, please wait at your seats until the platform party has recessed from the stage. Graduates, please follow the directions from the ushers. Family members, please meet your graduates outside the arena. It is a great day to be an Eagle.